Hello guys and welcome back to another video with myself, Warframe Leech. Today we are going to go over the best secondary weapon in the game. Well, in my eyes. In my eyes, this is the best secondary weapon and it is the Grimoire. The Grimoire is without a doubt an outstanding secondary. Now, it is the best utility weapon in the game. It does nowhere near the damage that the Toxis does, the Furious does, for obviously Furious Incarnate does, even the Lado and its Incarnate does more damage. Now, there's obviously interactions with this, or synergies that you can do ridiculous amounts of damage, and it's alt fire and keep its alt fire up for a very long time. You can do crazy amounts of damage with the interactions with the Vara and her tripwire or line, a little fine wire. You get crit damage, crit chance. There's a lot that you can do with a Grimoire, but mainly I'm going to talk about it being the best utility weapon in the game. Without a doubt, this weapon is huge when it comes to its utility. Now, let's get into the weapon, showcase what it does, and what's so good and unique about this weapon. So, let's get into it. Now, we are going to spawn, say, Grimoire. We're going to pause everything, and we're just going to go in. So this is the normal fire. Right? Not really good. You're not going to really use the normal fire as much. I'm using instance of hits. So realistically, what you want to do is you want to throw this in it. That is the alt fire, and it hits more people. And we are getting crazy amount of statuses. We've done 6. We have corrosive and electricity, so I am getting electricity, but I'm also getting corrosive as well because I've modded this for corrosive. And regardless in what you do, so all you need to do is keep shooting. So let's put roar on and let's throw the alt fire out yet again. So all you need to do is just literally keep firing your normal fire and it'll get your alt fire up. Your alt fire is literally the radiation, so pretty much the radial fire, and it covers a lot of ground, as you can see. It does electricity ticks, it does a lot, and it will eventually kill them, but it's here to do a little tickle damage because I don't want it to kill. If I wanted to kill, I would need to mod it a different way. Obviously crit and everything else, secondary, there's a lot to it, but yes, I've shown you what it does. So let's go in and show you its actual builds and what it actually does. Now, I have 3 builds for this weapon, and there is numerous builds that I can do for this, really. Numerous, and I mean numerous builds. Now, what I have here is that realistically, I can get rid of Scorch to keep the electricity, to put on Prime full motion right here, and this will increase the radius from 8.64, right? So from 6 to 8.64, that is huge. That's an extra 2 meters, and that'll go a long way. So we're using viral and electricity, and then we go on to the next one, and we're having corrosive, right? But this one here is corrosive, but it's proccing electricity as well. That doesn't make sense because the radial fire on itself, regardless in what you put on it, will proc the electricity because the radial fire is forced proc electricity, and this is pretty good. And then we're going to go on to its ultimate trait. So sorry, it's a unique trait, should I say. Ultimate fire releases a vortex orb, as you've literally seen. It's a little vortex orb that travels slowly when then explodes after 6 seconds, shocking every enemy. With obviously every second, within 6 seconds, the shock will chain to 2 extra enemies. So pretty much a wee bit of cheeky melee influence in there for every enemy that you like to shock, but it's coming from the Grimoire itself. So we're having these builds. So here's the first build. I've obviously took out Scorch because all you need is viral, electricity. Realistically, you don't need electricity, but the electricity's there anyway, and we're using these here. So realistically, you can actually just change to keep them here. It's entirely up to you what you want. We're using the auger pack. Auger pack is there for that bit of shield gating and the extra damage. Obviously, if you're using Dante, you can change this out. This gets changed straight away. Now, if you want to go for the DOT on this build, go for the pure electricity. Make sure you have a bit of status chance and you're ready to go. It's crazy. Alt fire, and then you're doing crazy amounts of damage. Now, on top of this as well, we have the second build, and we are using the Augur Pack and Augur Seeker. This is for the duration type build. Realistically, you're not going to be using corrosive. You're going to be using radiation. So we have radiation right here, right here. So what one would I want to take off? I'm going to take off the Tome that gives me energy per second, because this here is more than enough for you whenever you want to do a bit of confusion of people. To have the universal orbs, because it's really good. And we have the Augur Seeker. Again, this is for obviously your Augur Pack set. So your Augur Augur set, yes, obviously spending energy on abilities will convert into shields. So if you do not know the shield gating, this is really good for it there. And we are using the Arcane Secondary Fortify. On to the third one. This is pretty much the same, they're having a wee bit of energy, but you want to pretty much spread as much of statuses as you can. So the statuses are 57.2. You're going to have 24% chance to proc an additional random status effect on top of that. This is what this is for. We're using Val, Magnetic, and obviously Electricity. Val doing extra damage to the health, and obviously Magnetic doing an extra damage to the overguard, and obviously shields depending on where you are. Now, what makes this weapon bread and butter, and what makes it so good? We are literally going to go over it right now. And here we have is the tombs. These are the tombs. Now I'm going to move these tombs down because obviously my beautiful face is in the way. Realistically, it's not beautiful, don't worry. But here we are, and we're going to talk about these tombs. Now we have exactly 7 here, and here was the last one to go on. This one here is a spur of this, so we just throw this to the side here. Realistically, I'll just throw it down where you can't see it. Now, tombs. The tombs for the Grimoire make this weapon insane. Is one of the reasons why I love this weapon, and all of these tombs have its unique purpose on what it can give you to make your build better. Energy, armor stripping, shield gating, like your shield regen, fire rate, you name it. Well, obviously not name it, but we have 8 tombs. Now, you can equip all the 8 tombs, but you need to have Dante. Dante has his unique tomb as well, but he can equip all of these, and that's what makes it insane. Now, we're going to go over every one of these, and we're going to start off with Riz. Riz gives an alt line of fire, increases your ability duration for 4% for 20 seconds for each of your enemy hit, stacks up to 15 times. Now, we have the Fume, it does the same, but this gives you strength. And then we have this one here, alright, Nadara. So we have Riz, Fume, and Nadara that gives you the same on alternate fire for 4% chance. So we have duration, strength, and efficiency. 3 of these tombs straight away. Now, you can only equip one at a time. So if I want to put this on and then put this on, there we go. Now, these tombs are not what would be called the Axelis tombs. These 4 tombs are. So these 4 tombs are Axelis, and these 4 tombs are main, obviously, perks. So we are going to go and obviously have the tomb. So these 3 straight away are going to give you an increase to your efficiency and duration. These stack up to 60% each, by the way. So that's 60 strength, 60 duration, and 60 efficiency. So if you're struggling with your efficiency, throw this in 20 seconds and you're going to go crazy with the spamming. It is really good. And then we have Zata for the alternate fire gains of your energy regeneration. Without a doubt, is amazing, because if you have your energy income, this is going to save you 100%. Obviously, you're going to have your efficiency and energy. You can't have them on both, but you can have your efficiency and your universal orb as well on death. So the 12% chance. So talking about this here, we're going to go on to these. And obviously, this is enemies that have a 12% chance to drop on death. And then we have this one here. Killing enemies grants allies within an infinity range 30% fire rate for 15 seconds. This is okay. I quite like it, but you realistically don't need it. But in certain niches that you will. Don't really use this Tome because you have your sentinel or your companions that literally give you fire rate. So all you need to do is put calculated redirection on and reinforced bond, and there you have it's 30. I think it's 60 or 30% fire rate. I can't remember right now. We have Faz, killing enemies grants an ally. Sorry, killing enemies grants allies an infinite range. Now this is allies, so this is you. So this is allies and you grants allies and you an infinite range of shield recharge rate of a minus 28% shield recharge and a 40% charge real charge rate. So killing enemies will give you 40% shield recharge rate and a minus 28 shield recharge delay for 15 seconds. Insane. This is really good. I use this on Sevagoth whenever I decided to go for the nuking capability build. This is without a doubt mandatory on the build because whenever you're shooting out your ult fire and you're going to be nuking, it's classified as killed and it works. And then we're going on to the last one. Killing enemies reduces the armor on the shields of other enemies within an infinite range of 5%. 50 goddamn meters. And you're going to be stripping. Now, obviously, you have 100% on the armor. You need to kill exactly 10 people to get this obviously going. Because obviously, no, I think it's 20 actually. Because you got 5 and 5, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yeah, you know. So, you need to kill either... I can't count right now. But it's between 10 people. So, if you kill one person, you're stripping 5. Right? So if you kill 10, that's 100%. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, you know you need to kill 20 people. So realistically, you want to strip this. You use this here for a partial armor strip. And then you can do the rest. But this here, without a doubt, is really good. And I use this now and again. But obviously, you're going to go out and have abilities that literally one cast, boom, fully armor stripped, see you later. So yeah, this would be me. So guys, realistically, this is without a doubt the Grimoire and its build. The utility that this weapon gives you is without a doubt great. I love this weapon. This is literally my favorite, like my favorite. So even as well, you can even go and change the skins. So I know this is really nothing to do with it, Luke. And then, like, these tombs are crazy, but I obviously use this one because it's just me. But yes, guys, this is it. I hope that you have enjoyed. Let's actually go here. This is way better. Hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will be leaving all my links at the bottom, including my TikTok and Twitch. Come and drop a follow. Keep up to date, and when I do go live, to do that, I'll leave my Discord as well. Guys, I hope that you understand the Grimoire and have already understand the Grimoire. Without a doubt, this is my most used secondary weapon, and I love this weapon. I absolutely love it. People out there hate it because of the sheer lack of damage. Well, if you want to pretty much have a sheer lack of damage, I agree. But it is pretty much used for a utility weapon. So yeah, stop hating on something that you don't probably have tried and everything else. But that's for the ones that hate this weapon, because use it for its utility and what it's built for, and then you'll understand. It's the reason why I love this weapon. But yes, guys, until then, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.